WJewel Jewelry Store Management Software is a full-featured POS software that handles all aspects of a jewelry retail business. That includes sales, and sales includes layaways, gift cards, store credits, people who have revolving credit with you, also making installment payment invoices where a customer pays the same amount every month for 6 months at a specified interest rate, so on and so forth. As I said, it also includes the special orders and layaways. We also handle if you give out any memos or consignments to your customers. Of course, you can get in memos and consignments from your vendors, but you can also make memos to your customers and also making pro forma invoices. I have a complete section on repair orders, where a customer brings in something for a repair. You create a job bag for it that goes through the shop, and we have the repair shop control that handles what happens to the job bag, who worked on it, so on and so forth. And then later on the customer comes to pick it up. We do have a separate video that talks more in details about the videos if you are interested. Buying gold or scrap gold or diamond or whatever other items the customer brings in, you can handle it through our software. You enter the gold price of the day, you say what percentage profit you want to make, and we tell you what you're supposed to be paying the customer. At the end of the day, you decide what you want to pay the customer, and you can either pay them cash or use it as a trade-in, or you can write them a check. Customer returns are handled here. Quotes and wish list. A customer comes to you and you talk to them about specific items, what they are interested in. You can take pictures of what they want, you can make drawings, you can write down what price you quoted them. That way when they come back later, 2 months later, 6 months later, to talk to you about it, you know exactly what you talked about and you continue the conversation. Repair shop handles all of the work that gets done by your jewelers. The jewelers can be in-house or can be outside. At the end of the week, you can see, first of all, which jobs are open by each jeweler, and secondly, you can see which jobs they actually did. You can also keep track of all of the different parts that were used for each job bag. You can see how much profit you made on each job bag, and you can keep track of the inventory of your repair parts. Payments and credits. Those are for people who have a revolving line of credit with you. They come, they pick up an item, they may or may not pay you something for now, and they leave the store with the actual item. This is different than a layaway. They leave the store with the item, and later on they come back and they pay you for the item. You may or may not want to charge them interest payment at the time that they pick it up, but that's up to you. You can send out the statement, you can run aging, see what it is. Reports, we have a ton of different types of reports. For end of day report, how much each salesperson sold, how much each store sold, so on and so forth. You can write appraisals and a statement of values. Customers, you edit all of the information about the customer, their name, their birthdays and anniversaries. You can create a list of whoever is having a birthday coming up, so we can send them a text or email or send them coupons, so on and so forth. You can also have prospects, people who actually have the list of them, and again you can create them quotes and whatever, but they are not customers just yet. Salespeople, you can pay them their commission, you can calculate their commission. Commission can be either a specific rate for everything, or you can say that, for example, for diamond pieces, you give them 3%, and for jewelry, you pay them 6%, and for watches, you pay them 1%. Inventory. Obviously, you can keep track of your inventory here. You can print tags. You can also make a package, which means, let's say you take a semi-mount, and you take a diamond, you put them together and it becomes a new piece, or you can break a piece. I bought this piece and now the ring, I want to break it and make it into an earring, or I want to take out the gold and also take the diamond pieces and separate them and keep track of whatever happened to the broken piece. You can search for inventory any way you want, by vendor, by category. Show me all of my 14-karat hoop earrings. Show me all of my items from a specific vendor that have not sold since a specific date. Transfer is for sending items from one store to another. If you have multiple stores, then you specify which items are going from one store to the other. You have the choice of assuming that if you sent it from store A to store B, items are already added in store B, or you can make it that the store B has to acknowledge that they received it. If we set it up that way for you, you can at any given time, you can see which items are still in transit, which items were sent from A to B but were not received by B. Physical inventory, every few months or whenever you decide, you can come here and you can scan the items. We will tell you what's missing. All of the reports in our system can be either emailed to whoever you want, or they can be exported to an Excel sheet. That way you can make any changes you want to the Excel sheet, or do anything that you want with the Excel sheet, obviously. You can also import the information from Excel. That means, let's say you get a whole bunch of new items or existing items from a vendor, either on consignment or as a purchase. And they give it to you in Excel instead of you having to enter all of the pieces. You can just import them from an Excel. We do not force you to have a specific format for the Excel sheet. You can have as many different templates, as we call them, for the Excels. That basically means if I'm buying from vendor A, the style number is in column A and price is in column B. But if I'm buying from vendor B, style is in column X and price is in column P, or whatever you have. You can download diamond prices on a regular basis from RapNet and adjust your list price. We can also connect you to GIA and other certificates. That way you just put in the GIA report number and we download all of the information for you from GIA, including a copy of the cert. We can connect you to your website, Shopify, Magento, what have you. We can connect to them. Tagging, you can print tags many different ways. You can have as many tag printers and as many tag formats as you want. You basically set up different formats. If it's a watch, I want to print it this information on it. If it's a diamond, I want to print certain other information, so on and so forth. Accounts payable, we have a complete accounting package for accounts receivable as well as accounts payable. Accounts payable, you can purchase items just outright. I bought them as an invoice, or you can get them on consignment. Items that were received on consignment, later on either you can return them back to the vendor, or you can make an invoice for them. These are the pieces that I'm keeping. So the vendor sent me a bill and I'm entering it there. You can also get a list of consignment items that you already sold, so that you can send the report to your vendor to bill you for those. Creating vendor purchase orders can be either based on your special orders that you receive from customers, or it can be based on the minimum stock, or you can just say order me 5 of this, 2 of that, or you can see how many of each item you sold, and then based on that you can place your vendor purchase orders. Banking is you're keeping track of your checkbook. You keep track of all of the transactions, the checks that you wrote, deposits that you made, and you can see your bank balance at any given time. Cash registers is how much money I started my day in each cash register, and this is the cash that was received, this is the cash that we gave out, so this is how much should be left. And then of course it's all accounted for because you have to give it to the manager has to account for it. Employee time clock is included. They punch in, they punch out. End of the week we calculate the number of hours they've worked, and we also do their salary for you. Financial report, general ledger reports, trial balance, income statement, balance sheet, all of that is included in the package. The only thing is that if you want to also export to QuickBooks, we have that option also, but you really don't need QuickBooks because our system does all of that for you. Reporting, we've got a ton of reporting for sales and profit based on a customer or based on each item, based on items from a specific vendor, and based on price point and category and brand and each store and salesperson. How much profit am I making by the items that each salesperson is selling? You also have a whole bunch of different charts, graphs of different sales and sales trends, and you also have GM ROI, GM that you can calculate it. Keeping track of everything that each user did. You can keep track of it, who made this invoice, who changed it, who deleted it, and the same thing with each and every transaction we keep track of it. You can also set up each user what they can and they cannot do. User A can do invoices and inventory but cannot look at my accounts payable, and user B can do certain things but cannot see my cost, so on and so forth. You can also set up that when a sale over a certain dollar amount is made, the email ad, the program automatically emails you that, hey, we just sold something for $2,500 in the store, so on and so forth. Going into a bit more details about some of the options, when you add a new item, either you enter your own item number or the system will generate an item number. You can have unlimited number of pictures. A picture can be added you can take a picture using your own webcam, or if you have pictures on your system, you can just add them. And then the information that you enter here can be uploaded to your website automatically. You can say that this item is an asset, or is it a long-term memo, short-term memo, what type is it? What's the brand and what is the sub-brand? And all of these drop-downs, you set up their values. We do not force you to use a specific type of categories. You can specify any type of category or subcategory that you want. You do not have to enter any of this information, but the more information you enter here, the better search results you get. You can get more granular searches. You can keep track of the inventory by showcase, so that at the end of the day, you just say the count per case, and then you do a quick check that all of the inventory is correct. If you want to add disclaimers, the specific disclaimers for items, you have the ability to do that. Let's say this item is a man-made diamond, and you can write whatever you want about this thing. Keep track of who actually you bought this from, what is their item number, what kind of a main stone it has. It's a diamond round 1 character. And again, the whole idea is that you can do search by this thing. You can print tags. You can see how much you paid for this, and also how much you paid extra for it to actually finish the part. If the replacement cost is different, you can enter the replacement cost. I paid for this thing $300, but if I were to replace it today, it would cost me $700. So you can get report based on both of them. Entering a specific the different web price, which means when you list this on my website, put it as a different price. Extended service plans or warranties, you can handle it in our system. For certified diamonds, you specify the cert type, you specify the cert number, you click on retrieve cert information, and we will download all of the GIA information for you, including a copy of the certificate. For watches and Joma Shop, we have a ton of more details there. If you are interested, we can do that. If an item is made by yourself, that you took a casting and you took the diamonds and you put it together, you can enter all of the details of what you actually took to make this piece. You can just put it in here, and how much you paid for CAD, how much you paid for labor, so on and so forth. Keeping track of it. You can also have a very big number of customized attributes, that basically any fields that you feel are needed that we do not have in our system, you can add it yourself. You do not need to call us, you do not need to do anything. Obviously, we will give you the information. Our system comes with unlimited training, by the way, at any time, so that at any time you need help from us, we are available to you. You can enter related items for this piece. What's the matching earring for this necklace? What is the other, what goes with this earring or what have you. History of a piece shows you when you received it, when you sold it, so on and so forth, keeping track of the inventory, sales, and unlimited notes. When you make a sale, you can just either scan or type in the item numbers. The price comes up, and then you can either, if you want to specify a customer, you can specify it. If you don't know the customer, you can search for the customer by their name, by their address, zip code, email address, telephone number, many different ways of handling it. Then you say, okay, how are they paying for it? They paid, let's say, by cash, and that's it. And you save it, and you can print it. You can print it on with pictures, without pictures. You can print it on receipt printers. You can print 2 copies and half a sheet, and in many different ways we can handle it for you. You also have the option that the customer comes to you and says, hey, I'm going to pay you $1,400 for this, but I'm not going to pay you extra for the sales tax. So you can say that, okay, they are paying $1,400, but it's tax included. So what we do is that we actually reverse calculate it, and we say they are really paying you $1,295 for it, plus the sales tax. So if they are paying you $1,400. A payment can be made in the form of cash. It can be done as a credit card terminal, which means you are using your own separate machine, like for credit card. We can connect your credit card terminal to WJewel so that automatically, we charge the customer. You can make it as a layaway. It can be on account, a revolving line of credit, which means the customer comes back to pay you later. They can use a gift card, and you can use a store credit, and you can add your own any type of other payment types that you want. You can also sell them warranty, either store warranty or Jeweler's Mutual. Our program does support Jeweler's Mutual, so that you can basically make the sale, and Jeweler's Mutual takes care of the warranty if needed. Specify one salesperson, or up to 3 or 4 salespeople can share one sale, and you can specify that salesman A gets 50% of the commission, and salesman B gets 30%, and salesman C gets 20%. And that's it. If it's a special order, you can add it as a special order. You can keep track of the costs of the special order associated for it, or you can just send it to a repair shop right from here. You can create a job bag. Let's say persons buy something, you need to be sized, you need the diamond and the same amount to be put together. You can say, okay, I'm sending it to the shop. It creates a shop, and we do it. Once it's done, you can right away from here, you can say that I want to send a text to the customer. A lot of times people use that to ask for a feedback, that the customer receives the text, they click on it, and they can leave you a feedback. Speaking of texting, when a repair order is ready, also you can just put in there that text them that the repair order is ready, and get it. And what we do here is, what you see here is a version that basically prints 2 copies of the invoice on one piece of paper. There's a perforation in the middle, and you cut it, you keep one, you give one to the customer. Later on, when the customer comes back, if it's a layaway payment, you can process the layaway payment and keep adding their payments, as many of them as they want, until the final payment is made, and at that point the item is marked as picked up, is no longer a layaway. To add a repair order, as I said, there is a much bigger video that we talk about repair orders and repair shops. You're welcome to see that, but if you want to just very quickly, you can either enter whatever the description of the item is that you are trying, what it is needed to do actually on that repair. Tighten the shank, or make it bigger, solder it, whatever it is. Take a picture of the item. Again, take as many pictures of the item as you want. Pictures will be printed on the repair claim and on the job bag itself. Put in the item description, put the jeweler's note, a specific jeweler's note, and right from here you can send it to the shop if you want to. You can send it to the shop. I'm giving it to Joe to work on this, or you can keep it for later, and that's it. So you can print it. When the customer of course can put a deposit there, and when they come back later to pick it up, they just pick up. They have to pay the balance, and they can pick it up. You can keep track of the parts that you use for each job bag. And that's it. A little bit about our system, about our company, is that we have been doing jewelry business for 35 years. Jewelry software business. We have been doing it for 35 years. We do jewelry retail programs, which is what I'm showing you right now. We do also for wholesalers, manufacturers, refineries, casting companies. We also do websites, we do apps, but everything that we do has to do with jewelry software. And we connect all of these together, which means your app will talk to your website, will talk to your inventory software, which I'm showing you. Our software always comes with unlimited training and unlimited support. Our service response time is very quick. Most of the time the person who answers the phone can answer your questions, and if he cannot handle it, then we escalate it, and usually within a half hour you get your answer. The size of businesses we support is anywhere from a one-man operation to anywhere to larger companies that have 150 to 200 computer terminals using our software in 3 different countries, and of course we connect all of these together. Give us a call, please. The number is 646-578-8300, 646-578-8300, or sales@WJewel.com. We'll be happy to hear from you. Thank you.